Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 454. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Hey.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Yosh.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners, viewers, to 454 of the Gamecast. Coming up this week, check out the movie cast. Check out our spoiler cast of Far From Home if you have seen that already. If not, don't check out our spoiler cast yet. Watch it after or listen to it after. Other than that, we've got a Gamecast of a lot of Nintendo news coming up, I think. But
really?
yeah, I got a lot of just not a lot, but some Nintendo news essentially. It's been a quiet week for gaming. So let's get into what you've been up to. Mike, what have you been playing?
Just some Rocket League and Mortal Kombat. Nothing really new.
Rocket League.
Yeah,
wow.
I always go back to that every now and then.
Huh. Okay. Corey?
To be honest, I've not really had much desire to play video games recently.
Oh, you've been playing board games more?
So yeah, I've been playing a lot more board games. Got to play a game called Detective City of Angels. Did I talk about this one? I don't think I did. Right?
You were playing a single player one before with a card.
Yeah. So Detective City of Angels board game, basically you are a detective, like a corrupt cop, essentially in 1930s, 40s Los Angeles. So it's got that, wise guy, old school style art, and the art is amazing. And you have a person who's basically trying to lead the detectives in the wrong direction. And then you have the detectives who are all corrupt cops who basically beat up the witnesses and pay snitches and try to get clues to solve this crime in any possible way that they can. And it is a lot of fun to go through that. And you can actually play this solo and with a group of people, or competitively, or cooperatively. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. But I think that it's pretty neat that it's got this competitive aspect to it, where you're trying to beat the other detectives to get a promotion essentially before them by solving the crime first. And the mysteries are really good. They're well done. They make very easy. They make it easier to kind of solve the crime in the beginning, and then as you go through it, there's 10 different scenarios you can go through, and each of them get harder as you go, and
so is it
are more complex,
more advanced Clue, would you say?
Yes and no, definitely.
There's deduction.
There's definitely more going on than Clue.
No, yeah, I know,
same basic thing, what was the motivation, what was the murder weapon, and who was the murderer.
Right. So
comes down to that.
Where I was going with that was, if you enjoy Clue, want to play something that's more adult or whatever.
Right. No, absolutely. It's kind of escape room stuff has been really popular just because the whole puzzle aspect to it, and this has that kind of feel to it, as well as you're going around the city of Los Angeles to basically beat up guys to give you answers. And then the unique part of it, which is really neat, is the person is called the Chisel, who is trying to disrupt the entire thing.
Okay. So I don't know why. It's just really funny. It's the Chisel.
Apparently it's a noir term, not just a standing thing you put paintings on or whatever. So you said you go to the suspect, Charlie Muggs or whatever, and you're like, hey, I'm going to ask you about this one, the murder. Tell me about the murder. And then the Chisel has the option to give you a clue that's going to be helpful or not helpful. And so he'll gives you the option, and you read it to yourself, and then you can decide you're not telling me the truth. I'm going to push you further. And then if it was true, you basically give him the opportunity to block you from asking questions. And if it's if it was false and he wasn't telling the truth, you get leverage over him, where he has to give you the best answer no matter what. So it's interesting, back and forth there, where you have to decide, is this guy telling me the truth or not? Do I push him further, or do I take him on his word? And so there's a lot of different gameplay mechanics there that are pretty fun.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool, and I definitely would like to bring it out. One day you guys play with you guys or something.
Yeah.
And I did play another one too called Rising Sun, with a bunch of people that is a big dudes on the map, a lot of miniatures,
Oh, cool.
It's got like a feudal Japan theme.
Oh, I saw that at PAX. I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. So I played that with like 5 different people, and that was a lot of fun. The character, like each clan, there's like the Fox clan, the Koi clan, obviously Japanese themed. You have the Bonsai clan, the Lotus clan, the Dragonfly clan, stuff like that. What we did, because they're asymmetrical powers, we just randomized them and just hand them out because nobody really knew. Like, there's only one person that played it before, so we just randomized it so nobody had an advantage. Like, oh, I'm going to take this clan because I know they're really powerful or whatever. And I got the Fox clan, which is a Kickstarter exclusive clan. And apparently this clan, like, because nobody really knew how the game worked too well, it was really kind of overpowered. But the thing was, I was in last place the entire game, and there's like an honor track where that's the tiebreakers. Whenever you battle, if it's a tie, whoever's higher honor wins. Whenever you like negotiate or stuff, or try to like capture zones and stuff, it's always the honor. So you follow the honor track. I was always at the bottom of the honor track, so it didn't matter because I was kind of playing to that role. And I was always in last place with victory points. Like, I think I had 5 victory points by the last turn, and with all the different things that I've done, because what the Fox clan can do is he can put characters in different zones that he's not already in right before the war phase starts. And so he can basically participate in every battle that takes place in the game. Cool. Yeah, and so like and there's a way to, like, if you keep losing, you can gain victory points. So what I was doing though is I was kind of like sneakily winning different zones, and if you have like sets of different zones, you get these points where you get a set, you get 10 points, you get a second set, you get 20 points, you get a second set, you get 30 points. And so you can just like exponentially just fly past people without them like even realizing it. And that's basically what I did in this game. Is I was like
going science and 7 wonders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was just like kind of like staying behind, like, oh, don't look at me, guys. Like, just keep playing your game. I'm just gonna do my thing over here. And then by the end game, we count all our points, and I was like went from like 11 points to 47 points, and that won me the game because like the next guy was at like 32 or 36 or something. So it was cool. It was definitely long because the people didn't really know how to play at first, but I could see it being much more streamlined once people understand the game. It was really cool. Theme-wise, it was awesome, like feudal Japan stuff. And the funny thing about this game was, I probably heard Tony, like Simon has all these Kickstarter exclusive minis. They're known for the miniatures, the little figurines for the game. And one of them, they created the character, and they just took it off of Wikipedia. And some guy wrote as a joke in the Wikipedia that his friend, he like made fun of him all the time and called him this like demon monkey. So he named him, put him in the Wikipedia entry as a joke. And Simon looked at the Wikipedia page and pulled him out and actually created a character based off of this dude who's it doesn't even exist in like any Asian, Japanese, Chinese lore whatsoever. And they created a character based off of this guy.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And so when they found out, they actually they made like a joke about it and like oh wow, we didn't realize this, and gave them a copy of the game and stuff. And
nice.
But every time I see that game now, I think of that story. It's pretty hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
They did not vet their sources.
All right, Tony, what have you been playing?
Not too much new. Some more Mario Maker. Started diving into the match, like the online component where it's like the user uploaded levels, and some of these are fucking crazy. Like,
sure, yeah,
it's insane how some of these are just so well crafted and tailored to like this experience that just makes you go like, holy crap, how long did it take to make this one level?
Put that together.
Yeah, so I searched for some of the harder levels, and there's this one, because what it'll do is like it'll show you how many times this course has been attempted and how many times it's been completed. So there's this one level with like a 2% completion rate. And I was like, holy shit, like really? Okay. So I was like, let me try that. I can't back down from a challenge, or at least attempting it. And the way it worked was like, I think the timer started at 20 seconds. And it's like, you got to go fast. So you literally, and it uses the Mario World.
Sonic shoes.
Yeah. You use the Mario World mechanics. So you have to build momentum, and really, literally all it is you're jumping and you're using these switch blocks so that when you full speed momentum, you jump and you hit it, it bounces you kind of back down perfectly to a platform. So like if this is the red switch, you jump and hit it, it activates the red block. So when you come down, you hit the red line of blocks and you continue running, and then you jump, hit the blue switch, and then perfectly you'll land on it. So you got to be meticulous with your timing and stuff like that. And it got harder and harder. I'm just like, what the hell? And it's designed specifically, like, even if you do beat it, like you beat it with 0 seconds left. Like it's just like right before it would kill you. So I did it like after like 15 minutes of attempts. I'm like, holy shit, like that's pretty crazy. And like it's literally designed so that if you stop, if you miss a block, if you miss a jump, like you can't even beat the level. Just restart it. It's just crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah. Nothing new for me really, except for Dr. Mario on the phone on iOS. What is it called? Dr. Mario World. So it's okay. It's Mario, Dr. Mario, which I haven't played in years. So I was like, oh, let me get this game when it came out. And
it's really funny you mention that because obviously I've been reading a lot of the news online today, and apparently this is the most aggressive Nintendo has gotten with one of their like mobile games in terms of like, I don't know, predatory pricing. And
it's been popping up like crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Like people pretty much compared it to like Candy Crush. Like, this is Nintendo's Candy Crush. And I'm just like, yep, well, you know what? Fuck you, mobile gamers, is what you get. They released Mario Run, try to be honest and earnest about it. Like, hey, it's $10 for this game. That's it.
Yeah.
People were like, fuck, I have to pay for this game? Bunch of bullshit. It's like, all right, here you go. Fucking free-to-play bullshit extortion. Like, enjoy it, bitches.
I don't played Candy Crush, but the pop-ups are just
your energy is restored.
Yeah.
Your energy is restored.
It's like you want to use an item, but to use an item you have to buy it. And I'm like, I don't want to use an item.
You want to keep playing? I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait and let your stamina come back.
It's just like I laughed. I literally, I mean, honestly, the funniest thing I saw was when it told me I wanted to use an item, but I have to buy it. And I'm like, I don't want to use an item. I don't have to use an item. It's optional.
Gotta go to the pharmacy.
So yeah, I don't know. That's really it for me, new wise. So yeah, all right, let's get into the news. Got, like I said, some Nintendo stuff coming up here. I've got Sword and Shield news. I don't know. This is new. That Pokemon will have exclusive gym leaders per version. I don't know how I feel about that. Like the Pokemon thing is normal for me. I don't know if I'm upset like 100% about this one. But it feels weird because it does make me want to then buy both versions. Like, yeah. Yeah,
they couldn't get you with the Pokemon, so they had to.
I'd be okay just like trading Pokemon between people real quick and trading it back, but like gym leaders, I gotta beat the two different. I have to beat both gym leaders.
I have to beat them both.
I don't care. Catch them all. Beat them all.
Beat them all. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you go in one direction, people bitch. You go in the other direction, people bitch. Because before it's like blue and red. It's like, oh, there's like, I don't know, just making up a number, like 6 different Pokemon that you can only get exclusive to each version. That's not really enough to justify them making 2 different versions, except fucking Nintendo being greedy. It's like, all right, well, now we're going to release, more Pokemon exclusive, in addition to that, legendary Pokemon that are exclusive, in addition to that, exclusive gym leaders. And now, not saying you, Jim, but online people, it's like,
I wasn't upset. I was upset before.
Why is there exclusive stuff? I got to buy 2 copies, fucking Nintendo being greedy. It's like, okay, like, well, you know what? Just
you could not have this game at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just make your.
You
make
could choose not to buy it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Fire Emblem. This is a good problem to have, I guess. I mean, the director, I can't even say his name, Kashukihara, confirms that the game will be over 200 hours long. It's 80 hours a campaign times 3. That's what I'm hearing about this game. That sounds too long, doesn't it?
Sort of. I mean, yeah, I would say the Fire Emblem games are usually around the 40 to 50, depending on whatever. But I'm sure you could tune that to your liking, depending on difficulty level. If you want to use like easy or normal or hard, difficulty options.
I mean, listen, bang for the buck, you're going to get a lot of value. I mean, you can't argue that. And so knowing that this game is going to be that big, I'm psyched for this game still. I now know that I'm playing this for the rest of the year. And next year after that. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm psyched for this game.
When
does
this
it's
come out?
This is the, and this is, when is this one?
27th?
When?
No, it's coming out
26.
soon.
I thought it was October. It's like August.
It's like a
This
week
month, dude.
after.
It's July?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
the heck,
man.
dude? It's like a week
I thought
after
it was like
Lion-
October.
Lion.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what I'm
been
saying.
saying-
Like,
Yeah, I thought it was like September, October. I thought this was what we were looking
I
at.
was I was mentioning how like Nintendo's like, we'll release Mario Deluxe in January, February, and it's like, no, we're not gonna release anything until June. Mario Maker, July, Ultimate Alliance 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. August is like Astral Chain. September is Dragon Quest 11, and Luigi's Mansion. I'm sure is like October or some shit.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
It's like just dump everything. These three. Link's Awakening is in September as well. So just dump all these games in this like 3-month period. Like,
Jesus. Yeah. Wow. I gotta get some Switch stuff going here. I got a lot to do. Ultimate Alliance.
I got a lot to do.
yeah, Ultimate Alliance is done 1 week, man. 1 week.
I know. I knew Ultimate Alliance is the 19th. I'll be getting that. So
No, 16th.
no, it's not. It's the
I
19th.
think it's the 19th.
It's the 19th.
It's a Friday. It's a Nintendo's
Friday.
titles on Fridays.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got that one right.
20, I was thinking 26 for Fire Emblem. Because I know it was like a week later. I was like, wait.
Yeah. And lastly, on the Nintendo front, we have them looking into using 5G tech for their new Switch revision, which is interesting to hear.
Sweet.
That would be really cool. 5G's coverage is got some issues, I think, right now, but it's expensive.
It'll get better. Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll be on this. This won't be on this version, without a doubt. If we're going to get another one this year, I think, but we're not getting on this version. So maybe another year, probably 2 years before 5G is really more mainstream, I think. So I don't know, but it's interesting they're looking at this because the Switch would be unstoppable with some sort of cellular interface with it. It also would be insanely priced, like expensive for people for their cell data. But hopefully with 5G is supposed to be like how fast it is, they have to give us more data caps. Like they have to. But we'll see. But it's interesting they're doing that. And then I also have Last of Us Part 2 leaked. Looked like it's going to be February, Corey. February, not this year. As Tony and I both said, not this year.
I think we all agreed that it was,
I thought you said this end of this year. I thought you were saying it's coming fall.
earlier, yeah, but once stuff like came out that I do believe like before around E3 we were saying that it doesn't look like it's happening this year.
There's nothing for it so far at all, and just that does not bode well. But I could see February. That makes sense. Maybe March. This could be the March.
The guy that leaked this also leaked the Days Gone release date and everything.
Yeah, so it's pretty credible. So yeah,
seems like.
Yeah.
You know.
And then this is kind of a mini topic. Is GameStop really dying? I like the name of this article I found because they're doing terrible right now. So I thought we'd talk about GameStop because I love to talk about GameStop, as you guys have known. But it's an interesting thing. Like their sales are way down. They become a game store, essentially. Not game store, a toy store. And are they relevant anymore in this industry? Do we see them turning this around? Is there a place for them still? Are they the Blockbuster? Are they becoming Blockbuster now? So, Tony?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's unfortunate because I think GameStop has a place in the market, and without it, I think there's going to be some hurt. Whether some is going to be more apparent and some are going to be less apparent, because one of the usual things is like, oh, you can always get more money if you actually sell it like eBay or Craigslist and all that. Like, yeah, okay, I get that. But you know what? I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I don't want to bother taking pictures, listing it on fucking eBay, waiting for it to sell, and then putting it in a box, making sure that
paying a convenience fee.
There's a convenience. Yeah, I like just going there to trade my stuff.
I just
like. I mean, the other side of that is like where you're not going to be able to go to a brick and mortar store to buy used games either. If you want to buy a used game and get like those deals on like 2-for-1 or whatever, or 2-buy-2 get one free or something.
That's what I mean. Like, is that?
It's definitely not a good thing if it goes to under up, but
they're hurt. They lost $673 million last year.
The problem is you got like the Walmarts and the Targets and the Amazons of the world that are just killing them.
Mm-hmm. They got to just keep pushing their sort of secondary sales and their membership.
That's what they're doing. I mean, that's why there's pop figures galore there. But like the thing that I think stands out the most about this is I've lost my train of thought. I was going to do that, but the thing is like what can they do to correct this? Like what?
I think we see that when they're trying to incorporate more physical items and toys and stuff. Like obviously, there's a bit of a void there now that Toys R Us, although it might be coming back in some form. But
that's what I heard today. Yeah.
So I mean, they want to make it more of like a culture place than just like this is where you can buy games, since you can
Yeah, like
so many other places.
Yeah, in my mind, like I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, but in my mind, like I kind of think that they have to kind of morph themselves into almost like a Hot Topic-esque store, where it's like more like like geek culture or nerd culture, or whatever. Where it's like, and I know they have it to some degree, but like board gaming, collectible, like not just I mean, you could have like the the toys for kids, but like have the toys for like adults and stuff too, like
stuff you wouldn't find in the Walmart or
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they have to change. I think that's why we're seeing so much more merchandise in their stores, because I mean, the way that you have to look at it is eventually digital media, digital media is going to take over. Discs going to be going away eventually, not soon, but it will happen. And
I think they also need to make sure that they are now definitely giving the best deals for like buying used games, or for their members. They need to have better incentives, because it's always been a joke, pretty much, the credit they give you for what you hand in to them. And
not like credit wise, I think that it's hard to compete with Amazon, where you can just sit in your basement, press a button, and a day later you have something in your hand.
There's something you got to do.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, but there's
and half the time it's cheaper. I mean, that's the thing.
I know.
GameStop is always the most expensive option.
They got to make themselves not. They got to make themselves
right, and that's what they need. They have,
but their margins, their margins
are
are so much smaller than the other places because of the volume they order. So it's that's what's killing them. They can't keep up with the big stores.
They also, I think,
this may not. There is no way. I honestly like there will be. It could just go the way of Sam Goody. Like it's going to be the way it's going to work. There was no place for Sam Goody anymore.
And we see this a little bit in some of their stores too. But I think they should definitely go into more retro stuff. Like I know they have some stuff, but they should become a place where if you want to find and buy stuff that's only physical, that only exists that way, like some rare NES card or something like that, like it might be in your GameStop.
Yeah.
Like or accessories or something. Someone wants to play like a Dreamcast, like an actual Dreamcast, like have a VMU for sale at GameStop. That would be something good.
Yeah, you're honestly right. And I think a lot of that is going to have to do with unfortunately I don't know, shrinking pain, where I just think GameStop expanded too much, because as you look from the 90s and the late 90s, the early 00s and the teens, like game was just growing, and it was disc-based games, just growing. It's like expanded. The joke was like there was always like 2 or 3 per mall.
There were 3 in my mall at one point.
And stuff like that. And it's just like now in the year 2019, it's just not sustainable. So what I think is they need to concentrate on less stores, but make each store obviously have that higher revenue, and you could do that, with all the stuff we're mentioning. But also, like I would say, like, you need to have some marquee stores that are almost like a different clientele, for lack of better words, where it's like maybe you have a GameStop that can like host like, gaming tournaments. Like Madden's always a big deal, throw Madden tournaments in football season, stuff like that. You need to
class it up a little bit.
Class it up a little bit, like have like, big entertainment, TVs and stuff like that. Just right now, it just feels too much like of a trashy location, and it's just like,
it's almost like a corner store that's like low lit, and it's like you don't really like, most of them are just like stuck in like a little space. It's like crowded. Everything's like looks dirty.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to point to things like, stuff like just easiest example on my head is like McDonald's. When people started shifting away from McDonald's fast food, and like they started to realize like, oh, why aren't people coming? And they're like, oh, well, the chairs are shitty because you can't even move them. They were like bolted into the ground. It's not comfortable. Just you're tight. Everything's like tight knit and stuff like that. I don't know if you've been to any McDonald's that's been like renovated in like the last 5 years, but like they've completely
McCafe is the thing now.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, wow, like I could actually hang around here and not feel like I'm, gonna get stabbed or shot or mugged or just,
That's the thing, yeah. Like if they could make a game like GameStop, like a GameStop, like not like we sell video games here and that's all we're doing, and now we got collectibles and now we're trying to do toys and stuff. They make it a place to go to kind of socialize, even like have like you're saying booths or something set up.
Seating.
People could just hang out,
Seating of any kind.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
like
Yeah.
yeah, there's just
that.
other.
That would be pretty interesting. Like make it a destination where you could spend, a few hours, and not necessarily shop, but also like spend money on other things.
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well.
that's a good idea.
And I still feel like there has to be a way for them to leverage their used game, because that's the bulk of their business. But
Yeah.
like, there has to be a way for them to utilize some kind of like Redbox or Netflix service where you pay some
Or didn't
amount.
they try to initiate
tried, but
somewhere? Yeah.
They tried it,
somewhere-
and I don't like. They said it didn't work or whatever. But like, just like, how could that not work? Like, how can that not work? It just seems like
Mhm.
crazy.
They just like the thing is you're giving them $20 and they're turning around and putting like a $55 sticker on it. It's like
Yeah.
you have to cut those margins down. Like you're gonna take a hit, but if you sell more, like if you have 3 used games that are not selling and then you drop them down to like $20 and you sell those and you still make $20 on each of them, like you're still making money there. Even though like, oh, you wanted more, it doesn't matter. Like you need to you need to move product. And
Yeah.
the way to move product is to make it like worth your while to buy those versions instead.
And then the other final thing I want to really mention is I think if they leverage the stuff that you just can't get anywhere, and it's unfortunate because what I'm going to say, Best Buy already jumped on is something like limited run games where like they're like, hey, these are like indie games that printing mass copies of isn't really feasible because there's too much risk. But printing a low run of like 10,000, 15, 20,000 copies, we can do that as long as we're guaranteed sales. There was that opportunity, and Best Buy just came in and swooped it up, and it's just like, now they have an exclusive deal, with Best Buy, and it's just like, how the fuck did GameStop, people that have been in this business for longer than anybody, like just let Best Buy just walk in and be like, oh yeah, limited run games, we'll sell your copies of games at stores, like
Yeah, that's a bad. Yeah, they're making bad decisions too.
Yeah.
So it's a compilation of things.
Yeah.
But, all right, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of the Gamecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast@allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter @allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook and hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. Thanks a lot.